and we will begin. So I'm going to start with a couple of housekeeping announcements. Just to let everyone know, they have been muted. We will not be taking any verbal questions, but we will be taking questions via the chat. If you have any questions, please send those to Emily Gilcher. Emily, can you send a message through the group chat for us? Okay, awesome. Again, my name is Chandra M. Champion, and I'm with the National WIC Association. I'm the Conference and Events Manager, and I'll be leading today's webinar. If you have any issues, please send them to Emily right now. And when I say issues meaning regarding this webinar right now. So any tech issues, things of that nature. I'm going to go through the program, and that should take about maybe 35, 40 minutes, and then I'll take questions at the end. Emily will read those questions to me. Again, this webinar will be recorded, and we will post it to the website so that you have this information to look back at. So now I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. And if you guys can just give a thumbs up, if you all can see my screen, that would be greatly appreciated. Awesome, thank you for confirming. Okay, so this is our platform. Several of you all should have received an email from the platform with your email address as well as an OTP or a login information. So here I am at the login page. Usually for this type of training, I would also have some handouts to go with it, but I think it's much easier for you guys, for us to go step by step and not use any handouts, because as well as this, this session will be recorded. So we start at the login page. We'll need to enter our email address. Press login. And then this is where we need to enter our OTP. You all should have received this in your introductory email. Please note, if you have not paid for your registration, you did not receive a introductory email. Once we receive payment, we will send that information to you. Okay, and voila, this is what our site looks like. This is what the home page looks like. So immediately when you log in for the first time, it will actually take you to your profile, which I have already set up in the right. So I'm going to click on my profile so that you all can see what's in this area. So under that, you'll have edit profile. There'll be a couple of fields that are already filled up for you or completed. So your first name, your last name, your title, your agency, your city, and your job function should already be populated. If this information is incorrect, that's not a problem. You can just simply just change it to what it is to make it correct. We have a couple other things under the profile as well. Areas of interest, that's a drop-down text box, and it's several different things that you can choose. You can choose multiples. Then also, we'd like for you guys to let us know what region you're in. So once you have completed all of this, please click on Save Changes. And as you notice, the profile is being updated and it looks like it's complete. So you simply just click on the X. Okay, so we'll stay underneath here. So there's also an area called Notifications. So in this platform, you can receive notifications. You are able to disable these notifications if you do not want them on. Here are notifications, different types that you will receive. We'll talk more about those once we get into the platform. You also can receive email notifications. Just, sometimes you may not be on the platform, but people want to maybe reach out to you with messages or maybe set up a meeting with you. You can set it up so that you'll receive those emails, and you can also disable that. So to disable, you would just click right there and those things would be unchecked. But I want to make sure that mine are enabled because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So once you've done that, press Save Changes. Okay. And then we also have a privacy notice that just outlines what's going on and legal matters and terms and conditions. So one thing that you want to make notice is you can opt out of chat. That's a feature that we will talk about a little later, but if you don't want to chat with attendees or chat with anyone, you can just simply click on this box and hit Save Changes. Okay. So we'll move on and we'll talk a little bit about these 3 items at the top. On this virtual platform, we will be running a contest, and the contest will be based around engagement with the platform, your peers, etc. So if you click on this little trophy, you will see what I'm talking about. The more you engage with people and post and etc., the more points you get. The winner of the leader board or engagement board will receive 1 full conference registration to next year's annual conference. And for those who want to know where the annual conference is next year, we'll be in New Orleans. We'll get a chance to go and get some of that Bayou time and have a great time in New Orleans. So make sure that you engage with fellow attendees, as well as talk to the exhibitors, as well as presenters, post on the page so that you'll qualify to win the full conference registration. Okay, and so if you click on this little bell, this is where notifications will come through. So NWA staff will send out various notifications, just asking you to, sending reminders kind of thing, asking you to visit the exhibit hall, join the yoga sessions that we have, join activities. So this is where you'll find notifications. We also have a chat feature, and your peers will be able to chat with you, as well as you will be able to chat with your peers. If you click right here, these are currently the current individuals that are participating and signed up on the website right now. So you would simply, if you wanted to talk to someone, you would just simply click on their name and you would type into the box and click the send button. Simple as that, simple as this. Okay, so we'll start off with these tabs. We'll go through all of these tabs. So let's start with the event feed. The platform is pretty much set up like Facebook with the activity feed. So you'll be able to post right here, post what's going on. You have access to posting photos, videos, etc. Right now, our own Emily Gilcher has actually posted. You also have the option to like these posts. Remember, the more engagement you have, the more points you'll earn, and you'll be eligible for that free conference registration. So you can also reply back. So I'm going to say something back to Emily. And then, of course, my comment shows. So just like Facebook, very similar to Facebook. So let's get to the nitty gritty, the sessions. So the sessions are outlined by date. I have my furry buddy friend, he's come alive. He's just woke up. Sorry, guys. So our sessions are in here by date and time. I want you guys to keep this, remember this platform that we're using uses military time. So you see the 1300. Just want to make sure everybody is aware of that. It's military time, military time. So we are hosting a pre-conference session. If you click on this right here, you can actually set up an Outlook calendar invite or Google Calendar invite or Yahoo Calendar reminder. It will automatically populate the information to whatever calendar you'd like. You can also put some notes on the sessions as well. You can also like the sessions. Each session should have a description underneath it so you can see what's going on. Okay. Okay, June 24th. So on June 24th, we have multiple sessions going on and how during the same time slot. And so how I differentiate those was by session A. Session A has the 10:30, 11:45, 1300 time frames. Session D has the same thing as well. Session C, same information. Session B, and so on and so forth. We do know that there's a glitch in the system, so this should be alphabetized, so it should go A, B, C, D, C. We're working on that. All of your sessions that are just general sessions that are open to everyone, or I need to say when there is nothing else going on, will be in the general session. So every morning we will have yoga, morning exercise yoga. So please join us from 8 to 8:30 a.m. Eastern time for morning exercise yoga. Our general sessions will also be under the general tag, as well as the networking with the exhibitors and poster session information. So I'm going to click on this quick guide so that you will actually see how to join a session. So when we go live, that join the session button will be highlighted in blue, and you will simply click on that and you will be able to join a session. Say if you're not feeling that session, you can easily just close out and go to another session during that time. Once a session is finished, then you will have access to the recording of that session in any of those sessions during that time slot within 40 minutes. You will have access to the platform until July 31st as well. Anytime you run into any issues, please, on each page, there should be a quick guide that will tell you exactly what you need to do. Hope that was helpful. All sessions will be recorded, yoga included. Okay, let's hop to our attendees. Okay, all of the attendees, once you set up your profile, everybody will be right here displayed in this area. We have broken it down by exhibitors, attendees, NWA staff, speakers, and tech support. You want to pay attention to the tech support. So if you run into any issues during the using the platform or during any sessions, you can just click on tech support. You can click on the chat and you'll have instant messaging help right there. These 3 individuals can help you with anything you need, okay? So please remember, tech support is located under the attendee tab. You can also search for individuals by simply typing in their name or their organization. You can also filter by people who have viewed you. You can favorite individuals. How you favorite them is clicking on that little flag right there. You can also put some notes by them, how you know them. There's various ways to sort. Recently added A through Z, and A through Z is based on first names. Okay. So another thing, we're going to skip the lounge and hop to presenters. Presenters is another area where you can see all of your presenters. We're still uploading and adding information to this, so bear with us. We're moving as quickly as we can. So right now, here's our opening general session speaker, Kwame Oniwachi. And this is what it will look like. So you can also put some notes in here about Kwame as you're listening to the session, or maybe you want to ask him some questions. So you could put your questions right here as well. You could flag him. You also can read about him. We'll have bios in here for everyone. And there's also information on when this speaker is speaking. So he's speaking at the opening general session on June 24th from 9 to 10:15. All speakers will be in the system by tomorrow, close of business day, okay? You also can search for a speaker. Say if you missed a session and you wanted to ask that speaker some questions, you could simply send them a message or you can send them a chat and they will respond to you within 24 hours. So we're gonna hop over to our virtual exhibit hall. This is how our exhibit hall will be set up. And let's click on National WIC Association. So right now, you'll see the logo of the organization as well as the phone number, address, some pertinent information, as well as the services that they provide. They've also included some of their social media tags, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So you can also set up meetings with the exhibitors from this tab as well. You can also chat with them. And you can also, if you click on this button, share details. This is like dropping off a business card. And if you'd like to share your information, you just simply click on confirm. And the information that will be shared will be your first name, your last name, your email address, and the organization that you're with. In the exhibit hall, there are, let's see, we'll go to another one. We'll go to referral. So you'll also get a chance to see different products and services, and some of our vendors will also have demonstrations. So please definitely check out the exhibit hall. You can check out the exhibit hall throughout the entire time, but the only time you'll be able to meet and actively chat and network with the exhibitors will be during the designated exhibit hour times. To exit this area, just click on the X button. And then you'll come back to the main page. So let's go into, let's go with the posters. The posters will be set up similar to the virtual exhibit hall booth with the poster itself, as well as a small video and maybe 2 or 3 sentences about the posters. That information will be uploaded and added to the system on Monday. Within those posters, you'll also have the chance to speak with the poster presenter. You can send them a chat, and you can also set up a meeting to further discuss their posters. And let's move to the meetings feature. In the meetings feature, anytime you set up a meeting with someone, it will be right here so that you'll see what's going on and you'll know what your schedule looks like. Right now, I don't have any meetings scheduled, but to help you out and to give you a better idea of this, I'm going to click on the quick guide so you see what the meetings function and meetings tab actually does. Notice you'll get the notification. This shows all of your meetings. You have the option to say, yes, you want to meet, or no, you don't want to meet. When the timer goes off at that designated time that you said that you would meet with someone, you'll click on Let's Meet, and then join the meeting, and there will be a video chat. Okay. All right, so let's go to the lounge. This is actually probably my favorite part of the platform. This is when you get a chance to talk and do a lot of your networking with your peers. So we have, right now we have about 20 tables set up, 4 top tables for you to just, you know, during some downtime, connect with friends and just chat. The tables are labeled table 1 through 24, and simply you would just pop into a seat. Oh, okay, there we go. I had to double click it. Pop into a seat. You can send maybe like a message to one of your buddies to say, hey, meet me at table 1. Let's have a powwow, and then you can just have a conversation and chat with friends. You will also get points for meeting with people and chatting with friends at the lounge. Each table or each chat, lounge table, you'll have access to for 15 minutes. We want to make sure that everyone on the platform gets a chance to network and enjoy time with their friends. So we're limiting meetings to 15 minutes, but you can have as many meetings as you'd like. And you can continue these meetings until the platform closes on July 31st. There's also separate exhibitor chats and, lounges, and those will not open up until the designated times for exhibitors and poster sessions, okay? So we have gone through the entire platform and looked at different things. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this, and now I'm open and ready for questions. Emily? Okay. Go ahead, Emily.
Hi, I was like, you have to unmute me. Okay. Thanks, Chandra. So I do have.
Can you turn up your volume, Emily? I can't hear you.
Of course, hold on. Everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's better. All right. So I do have a bunch of questions, and they are in different sort of categories here. So one is, I've gotten several questions about accessing the platform and logging in. Some folks have said that they have either received a registration confirmation but did not get login information. Some have received login information but don't have the code, it didn't have the code in it that they need. And then also there's a question about, or a couple questions about whether people can log in early and play around.
Yes.
Yes. So.
Okay, so let's start off with the first question. I received an official confirmation that I am registered for the conference from NWA. You should have received maybe about, an hour or 2 hours ago, another email from conference support at mwca.org with a login, with login information. And the login information simply takes you to this site and asks you to input your email. Once you input your email, then you'll receive another email with an OTP. The OTP was that one-time password, those 3 numbers that I plugged in. Each one has a unique, each attendee has a unique OTP and should not be shared with anyone. So once you receive that OTP, please go ahead and use it. If you do not receive the OTP, please send us an email at compsupport@nwca.org. That is CONFSUPPORT@nwica.org. Again, that is compsupport@nwca.org. If you did not, also keep in mind, if you have a PO that has not been received by the conference department, we are not allowing access to the platform. So if you have an outstanding invoice or we have not received your PO, we will not allow you to have access to the platform. We need to have you guys paid for so that we can provide access to the platform. Every day, all the way up until June 22nd, I will be sending out emails and inviting people to the platform as they are paid. So if you don't receive your email today and you think you are not paid, and you think you have paid, please send me an email at compsupport@nwca.org. Again, the platform will be open from today, June 11th, all the way until July 31st. So feel free to play around, feel free to start talking to individuals, checking out things, using notes, practicing in the lounge, etc. Emily?
Sure. A quick question. Can you repeat again how to get the OTP? They'll have an email from...
You'll have your initial email which asks you to log into the system. So you'll log into the system, or I'll go back to that actually. Let me log out. Okay, so you should get this. Once you get your initial email, you should click on the link and you will arrive at this site. Enter your email address, click login, and if you don't receive an email with your OTP, then click resend OTP. Please be sure to check your junk mail. If you don't see it in your junk mail, please send an email to compsupport@nwca.org. Okay, Emily?
Thank you. All right, next question. And I kind of like how this is phrased. The question is this a Zoom conference? And I think it kind of gets that the difference between the platform and the fact that we're also going to be using Zoom. And so if you could explain that, that would be helpful, I think.
Sure, great question. So this platform does use Zoom, but it is not actually a Zoom meeting. Not to get into the weeds too much, but any of the virtual conference platforms that you use will use three to four different streaming services. Zoom is a streaming service, WebEx is a streaming service, Adobe Connect is a streaming service. So for this particular virtual conference platform, we will be using Zoom. As a attendee, you do not need to download the Zoom platform. If you're a presenter, you will need to make sure that you have access to Zoom. And I'll talk to my presenters a little bit more about that, but you all should have received the email with that information. One thing that I will make notice, to note of. In some of our sessions, we will mute all of the attendees just due to the size. Some of our sessions we will not mute, but please note you will have access to the chat feature and you can type in questions, you can chat with the other attendees in there, you can make comments. We encourage you to use the chat feature. All questions and answers will be answered at the end of each session. There will be a Q&A tab as well within the Zoom platform where you can submit questions. There'll also be, some of our sessions will also do live polling. So we'll basically use pretty much every aspect of the Zoom platform. Hopefully that answers your question. Emily? Let me unmute you. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that if I muted myself, I wouldn't be able to unmute myself again. Okay, I'm learning too. Okay, so there were questions about logging in and the platform. Next questions. One question was, are the yoga sessions recorded?
Yes, all sessions on the platform will be recorded. So you'll have access to the yoga session for as long as you want to, or I need to say as long until July 31st, I need to say. Also, another sneak peek that I didn't share with you, we will also have some breaks, and our breaks will have some activities in them. Some of our breaks will have scavenger hunt type things. Some of our breaks will also have more relaxation tips. So our yoga instructor will provide some additional breathing exercise, maybe some chair exercises, maybe a little 5-minute Zumba, etc. So there'll be plenty of activity so that you won't just be sitting in your seat for the entire time. So you'll be able to get up, jump around, move around, have a little fun, stretch, etc. Emily?
Great. So I had several questions about the time zone. So the first is, of course, like as the agenda shows up or on this platform, are these times always in Eastern time? Do they shift depending on where someone is logging in from? And if they don't, is there a way for them to be shifted?
Yes. So it's very important when you log in and set up your profile, you say what state and city you're in, because that will determine what you see, what times you'll see on your platform. So the times will shift with the platform based on the information that you add to your profile. Okay.
Great. I'm also getting some more in the chat. Okay. How will we know which sessions have CEUs?
We will make note of the sessions that have CEUs and they will be noted in the description.
When folks chat with exhibitors or presenters, or probably even in the lounge, is video chat an option or is it only typing?
No, so you will actually be, it'll be video chat. And the only time that you'll be chatting is when you click on the chat. In your meetings, there'll be video chat. Okay.
Okay, cool. I thought you were gonna say a little more. Okay, thanks. I had a specific question about exhibitor profiles. So when an attendee clicks on a PDF in an exhibitor profile, will it download, open in the platform, or open in an Adobe Reader? Do you happen to know?
Yes. So okay. The videos will open in a separate platform. The PDFs and all of the other documents will open in the platform itself.
Great.
Videos will also open in YouTube.
Okay. And I have a question specifically from a presenter wondering where they would need to go for their presentation and how that will work.
Yes, your email is on the way, and we're going to do separate speaker sessions as well so that we can set up and make sure that everybody is familiar with the platform.
Okay. And then we've had a few more questions come in. And so I'm just going to quickly share those with you. Just to be clear, there will be a different webinar for each session. That's basically how it breaks down. Is that correct?
Yes, there'll be a different webinar for each session.
When you go in to a session, well, after, I guess, once they've been recorded, will you go into the same place to get the links to the recordings?
Yes, there won't be a link. You'll just click on listen to session. Or view, excuse me, view session.
View session, okay.
Instead of join.
Is there a limited capacity in any of the sessions? In other words, will folks find that they're not able to enter any of them if they've reached capacity? Sure.
So each session, well, we have 2 session slots that will accommodate up to 1,000 people each, and then 2 more session slots that will accommodate up to 3,000. So I don't expect us to run into any situation where we won't be able to accommodate everyone.
Great. How will people access their CEUs?
Oh, great question. CEUs will be provided after the conference, and they will be provided once you complete the evaluation. Evaluation forms will be sent out on the last day of the conference, which is June 25th. And then for those who are watching or haven't had a chance to watch them, they will be sent out. Well, basically, let me take a step back. On the last day of the conference, the evaluation will be sent out to everyone, regardless if you've logged in once, twice, no time. The only way for you to receive your CEU certificates will be if you complete your evaluation. Again, in order to receive your CEUs, you need to complete your evaluation. CEUs will be only given to registered attendees. Again, CEUs will only be given to registered attendees. Emily?
Finally, is today's webinar going to be archived so that folks can re-watch it?
Yes, I'll actually be putting today's webinar on the platform as well as making it available on the registration site.
If I choose to watch at a specific time, can I view another session that was offered at that same time later?
Yes, great question. Again, all sessions will be recorded and available between, I would say, 30 to 40 minutes after the live session has ended. Again, all sessions will be recorded, including the yoga sessions, and they will be available to watch between 40 and 50 minutes after the end of the live session.
Thanks.
Any more questions?
Yeah, we have actually a clarification about the emails the order of emails that people will receive. Once someone is registered, they'll receive an email from our system that says that they're confirmed.
Correct.
For the conference. Once they pay, they'll receive something that says they've confirmed and paid. But then there's also going to be emails coming from the system that with a link /login, the link to the login, correct? And then they'll receive another email that gives them a code to get them in. Okay, so yeah, I'm just confirming that that is what will happen. So there's a lot of emails. And again, yes, if you are having difficulty, email that that email I shared and that in the chat and that Chandra shared as well, the comp support at nwicca.org, and I'm putting that back in the chat as well. And then I have a question of whether these questions will be put into an FAQ document. And I have basically created that. So I think
we definitely can add those.
Yeah,
we can add them and put them on the website, as well as find a place for them to go on the virtual platform too.
Quickly, if someone else registered someone, they would still get their own link to log in, correct? At their own email?
Yes, because the only way folks were able to register should have been using their name. Okay, well, let me take a step back. So I'm Susie Q, and Susie Q is registering Emily, Doug, and Darlena. Susie Q would register Emily as Emily, Doug as Doug, and Cecilia as Cecilia, using those individuals' emails. So again, if someone registered you, they were not registering you under their name. They were registering you under yourself, using your first and last name as well as your email address. Hopefully that cleared up some confusion. Emily?
Yeah, so there are section meetings that are happening on the 23rd. And so there's a question about which section meeting someone should join. I am actually, the state section meeting is designed for state directors. The local agency section meeting is designed specifically for any local agency staff to join. So that is not just for local agency directors. And the nutrition services section, I'm not totally certain about. And so I'm going to ask my, our VP, Cecilia, just to type that to me, unless you already know that. If not, we can certainly follow up afterwards.
Unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that. I would just be making something up, so I don't want to do that. I want to make sure we give you the correct information. So as soon as we get that, we'll make sure we share it with everyone.
Okay, I have the answer. Thanks, Cecilia. It's for state nutrition coordinators. So again, the state directors one is for state directors. The nutrition services section is for state nutrition coordinators. And then the local agency section is for any local agency staff, directors, non-directors, everyone.
Any more questions, Emily?
I think I don't have any more right now.
Awesome. Okay, so I want to leave you guys with a couple of things. If you have any questions regarding registration, please send those questions to registration@nwicca.org. Emily, I know she's over there typing it in the box. Thank you. If you have any problems on the platform itself, please, or accessing the platform, please send those questions to confsupport@nwicca.org. Again, that is CONFSUPPORT@NWICA.org. In conclusion, I want you guys to explore this site, have a good time, Make sure you network. Make sure you reach out to friends that you haven't seen in a long time. Make sure you take advantage of the sessions and how the sessions are offered in terms of you can watch them anytime you want to. You can watch all of them or you can just watch 3. Also, each session will have an evaluation, and we will provide information on that within the session. And we'd like for you guys to fill that out. It shouldn't be more than about 5 questions, but we'd like for you to fill that information out and provide feedback so we know how to structure and how to provide you guys with good content. We'd also like for you to complete the evaluation form, the large evaluation form at the end of the conference. So we want to know how we're doing. Did we provide a great platform, a great tool for you to learn and connect with peers? And we also want to make sure we're providing excellent content. In closing, I just want to say again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for registering, and make sure that you have a good time. And I want to see like these leaderboards with the gamification. I want to see these points in like 2,000. I want to see you guys meeting with folks, and I want to give away 2 or 3 conference registrations, but I can only do that if I see that you guys are engaging with each other and having a good time on the platform. With that being said, I'm going to end the webinar. And again, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining. Look forward to meeting and speaking and talking with everyone on June 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Thank you, Emily. Thank you all. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you, everyone.